The Louisiana Book Festival, a celebration of readers, writers, and their books. Saturday, November 1st. Over 200 authors, scholars, and poets. Book talks, signings, and cooking demonstrations. Activities and crafts for young readers and teens. Learn more at louisianabookfestival.org.
Independent, locally owned New Orleans bookstore Octavia Books offers author events, book signings, and hand-picked books for all ages. OctaviaBooks.com.
Criollo Restaurant offers a culinary adventure prepared by a tiny animated French chef. A 5-course dinner experience comes to life at each place setting using projection mapping. Located in the historic Hotel Monteleone. Learn more at criollonola.com.
This program is brought to you in part by the Eugenie and Joseph Jones Family Foundation, a local foundation proud to support education, the arts, and culture in the greater New Orleans area.
Support for this program comes from the Gail and Tom Benson Charitable Foundation, committed to funding educational causes.
Steppin Out is made possible in part by Susie and Pierre G. Villery.
Whether it's the latest museum exhibit, the newest restaurant, or the current hot play,
we appreciate the weekly updates on the arts, music, and entertainment.
Let's step out.
I'm Peggy Laborde, and welcome to Steppin Out, with updates from the local restaurant, arts, and entertainment scenes. Joining me, Poppy Tooker. Of course, she is the host of Louisiana Eats on WWNO Radio. So good to see you, my dear.
Peg.
Hello. We have two Steppin Out debuts tonight. Okay, Orlandzeo Hennings, and he is with the new Krewe of Callas in tribute to opera star Maria Callas, here to tell us about an upcoming opera highlights event. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Hello. Alan Smason, editor of the Crescent City Jewish News and theatercriticism.com. Hello, sir. And Oliver Halkowich, and he is the choreographer for the New Orleans Ballet Theatre's production of Dracula. Good to see you, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome. Poppy, French Quarter restaurant news.
Oh my goodness, it's very hard to believe that Mr. B's has been serving lunch on Royal Street for 46 years now. And so Cindy Brennan and the crew there want to remind everybody of what a beautiful setting it is in the daytime with the light streaming in the windows. And frankly, it is perfect classic Creole cuisine. Now, part of the reason it's so perfect is the continuity of the chefs. And Chef Vincent Sciarrata has actually worked in the kitchen since 1995, and so he knows all the secrets and tricks. But everybody always wants to think about where to get $1.50 house martinis and Bloody Marys.
Correct.
And,
yes.
Yeah. So Mr. B's lunch, that's exactly the place to get it. Some of the other wonderful highlights of the lunch menu include the crispy fried oysters, the jumbo lump crab cakes, and then I'll tell you the truth, just about my favorite barbecued shrimp version in the whole city is the one at Mr. B's. They invented gumbo yaya. Well, actually, that was Paul Prudhomme, who was the opening chef. And there's a bistro burger that is brisket, short rib, and chuck with Tillamook extra sharp cheddar, applewood smoked bacon, a brioche bun, and of course, pommes frites. And the wood-grilled Gulf fish, I'd like to point out, they introduced this cooking method back in 1979. Everybody does grilled Gulf fish. Nobody does it like the originator, Mr. B's. And then, of course, don't forget the lemon icebox pie. And $5 validated parking at Solari's. That's for 3 hours. And then you sort of get this insider look because you enter through the restaurant's back door and get to walk past the kitchen. So lunch is there Wednesday through Saturday from 11:30 until 2 p.m. And of course, dinner is nightly from 5 until 9. So head on down to Mr. B's. You'll be so glad you did. And another celebration that's happening on an anniversary is Paradigm Gardens is celebrating a decade in bloom right there in Central City. It is an institution that is beloved by chefs, and goat yoga aficionados as well.
I love that shot.
To celebrate, they have a concert series with great food collaborations from top chefs in the city. Tuesday, October 21st, we'll have Coquette, Porgy's, Patois, and Nikkei with Gramps Morgan. Tuesday, November 18th, there's Baru, Mr. Mao, Kingsway here today, and Brasa with the Cactus Thief. And their big anniversary party is going to be coming along with Queen Trina Lisa, Jamaican Johnny Fritai, and 14 parishes. They're going to have a reggae-based band that night, and it's a taste of the Caribbean. So it's all the best Caribbean food in the city. They run brunch markets. They have holiday concerts planned as well. So don't miss Paradigm Gardens fun this fall. And Peggy, it's almost Halloween, so the Two Jacks Witches Luncheons from 11 a.m. until 2:15 p.m. are actually happening 2 Fridays this year, October the 24th and Halloween Day 2, with a special 3-course menu that includes yummy things like confit duck gumbo and pumpkin bread pudding.
All right. Thank you so much. I'm taking notes.
Yeah. Did you bring any samples?
Those photos are pretty good too, though. Well, Orlandzeo, it's always good to hear about a new crew, and this one certainly has a unique aspect. Tell us about the crew, and then we actually have a clip from one of the performers of your upcoming event.
Okay, awesome. So Krewe of Callas is a newly formed crew here in New Orleans. We are an opera music crew. So basically our goal is to preserve and keep opera alive. It is a dying art like most these days, and we want to bring it in a very unique way by doing an opera-themed...
Named after an opera diva,
Named after the
Maria
opera
Callas.
diva, Maria Callas, of course. We have to honor the opera diva. And we're doing a show, our first show at 12 Mile Limit, and it's going to be Halloween-themed, Saints, Souls, and Sinners. And like I said, we want to get opera out to the mainstream. Yes, and there's a list of our singers, myself, Taylor Witherspoon, Jeff Newell, Sarah Mahoney, and Hugo Pinto, all amazing performers. And I'm so honored to be able to do it and so happy to be here. And I cannot, yes, there's that beautiful, beautiful poster.
Yeah. Did you do that?
Yeah, I did. I'm only going by what my team told me.
Yeah.
They said they loved it.
No, it is. It's lovely. Well, let's give a little bit of a taste of this, okay?
Yes.
Because now, though, here is the Krewe of Callas member, Taylor Witherspoon, and she is performing the famous Signora Isolta, My Lord, Listen, the aria from Puccini's Turandot. Wow.
I know. She's such a diva in her own right. And I get to sing with her weekly, and I'm like, oh my gosh, amazing.
Well, a
Yes.
lot of you all, quite a few of the group, sing at what, St. Rita's Catholic
Yeah,
Church uptown?
Sarah Taylor and I sing together at St. Rita's Catholic Church.
This
yes.
is uptown. Yeah,
Yes, it's
St. Rita's.
uptown on Lower Line. Lovely church. I love that place. Also, I needed to mention something that I did not before. We're doing a preview of the opera scene show, and it's going to be at Trumpet and Drum on the 25th at 7 p.m.
Where is that?
Trumpet and Drum, I would say that it's mid-city-ish area.
Okay.
Yeah,
People
I'm
can
new
Google
to the
it.
area,
Okay.
yeah. But if you Google Trumpet and Drum, that
Google Trumpet
address
and
will
Drum.
pop
Okay.
up.
Okay, that's good. Now, October the 30th
Is the show.
Okay, is free. And
yes.
are you encouraging costumes?
Oh, yes. Come out dressed, festive, wear your costumes. We're also going to be doing a raffle for 2 passes to either the Insectarium, the aquarium, or zoo
Okay,
that are
so-
good through December. All you have to do is put in $1,
Okay.
and you're entered in the raffle, and you get a number.
Well, very good. And
Yes.
if anybody wants to learn more about the crew or be a member of it, we can go and we have your email address.
Yes.
Okay, zeolitestudio@gmail.com. Well, I'm so
Yes.
glad you're here, and you'll have to keep us apprised at future wonderful bits from hits from about the opera this
Oh,
time.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure I will definitely be back
Okay,
soon.
I hope
Yes.
you will. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, and Oliver, welcome to Scary Stuff with the New Orleans Ballet Theatre, and it's very exciting. You've got what, 4 performances of Dracula?
Yeah, 4 performances. This is our 3rd time doing Dracula. It's been a big hit for us, and people show up and dress up.
Well, you know, it's funny you should say Dracula, okay, because Poppy, didn't you want to show me something?
Yes, Peggy. I've got a picture. I know everybody thinks that the mayoral election was settled last weekend, but there's someone who seems to want to run off.
Oh, okay.
And I'd
well,
be
let's
scared.
take a look at this. It's something spotted in the French Quarter.
Yes, something spotted right next door to Madame John's Legacy, where, of course, they talk about those coffins that come out.
Okay, we'll take a look
Interview
at
with
that
the
picture.
Vampire.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Well, very good. And of course, ultimately, it is a tie-in to what we are talking about. We'll throw it back to you in that respect. Now, we are before you get too much further. I keep pushing you back because we also have some more show and tell, and that is, of course, a clip. Josh Reynolds stars as Dracula. Let's take a look at this clip. Right. Now we're talking about October the 24th, the 25th, and the 30th, but it's a total of 4 performances at the Orpheum.
That's right. Yeah.
What a magnificent venue, too. But the reason you're sitting here is because, once again, you choreographed it. That had to be quite an opportunity.
Yeah, it was a big task for me, but I was really inspired by this city, and obviously how this city responds to Halloween was a big draw. So I wanted it, Dracula for me is a little bit camp, a little bit rock and roll. I have my Dracula is a little bit more the rock star. So it's a very fun show with music going all over. But it is also a psychological story about Jonathan Harker and his kind of going into himself. So it can hit both of those things. And you get all this beautiful dancing and ballet that
now, is this family would be considered family friendly?
Yes, I think so. Yeah, but we have we have 17 full-time dancers, 8 trainees, and really in the 3 years I've been working with the company, the the breadth of the company and the talent is really special, and it's been really beautiful making these ballets on them because we've got some really talented dancers.
Well, we've had over the years Marjorie and Greg Schrammel, who were at the helm.
Yeah.
And yes, this is an organization that, of course, presents an entire subscription series, but also by day, a lot of classes for both adults and children in the Lower Garden District. So nobt.org. And now you have been with them how long?
I came as a dancer to work with them in the Nutcracker, and then Greg asked me to do a Romeo and Juliet, which we premiered in May of 2023, and now I live in this amazing city. So thank you, Greg, and thank you, New Orleans.
Well, thank you so much. It's great to have you on. Over to Mr. Allen.
Well, there's still some seats left for Josephine Baker from Krewe of Callas to Siren of the Resistance, playing tomorrow night, Saturday, and Sunday at BB Stage Door Canteen. It's a 2-act performance with Anais St. John, backed by, of course, pianist Harry Marone, and drums and stand-up. They have a little trio there. The facts are all curated by Denise Altabello and beautifully presented by Anais on the National World War II stage. That show runs through Sunday. Now, Peggy, I have to say, in October of 1893, one of the most catastrophic hurricanes to ever hit the Gulf Coast came ashore in Grand Isle at Chenier Caminada. It became only one of the few hurricanes that made a second landfall in Ocean Springs, Mississippi, but not before it was actually establishing itself with the record as the deadliest hurricane to ever hit Louisiana. Yes, deadlier than Hurricane Katrina, which registered over 2,000 deaths back in 1893. The Nichols Players, in partnership with the Jefferson Performing Arts and the Jefferson Parish Bicentennial Committee, are presenting As Long as the Earth Lasts, a play based on that historical account of the storm that was written by John Doucet. This production is being showcased as part of the Jefferson Parish Bicentennial, and the title, of course, is taken straight out of Genesis in reference to the flood of Noah, after which God promised he would never send another flood as long as the earth lasts. This should be very interesting, and there will be a talk back with the author on opening night tomorrow. Just a quick recap to note several of the area shows that are all closing down this weekend. It'll be your last chance to see the brilliant production of the Lehman Trilogy, a 3-act, 3-hour and 20-minute long play about an immigrant Jewish family that made their fortunes in whatever ways they could, becoming one of the largest financial institutions in the country before suffering a staggering loss in 2008 in that financial crisis. You should be, of course, very scared of missing Frankenstein by the NOLA Project, as written by Pete McElligott and directed by Leslie Clavery, Keith Clavery, James Bartell, Noah Hazard, Matthew Thompson, and Michael Aaron Santos as the creature, along with Kristen Witt, Jaila Christina, and Kayara Milliner, are all digging up more than laughs than the bodies that they have at the turn of the Gothic classic here, playing at the Lafitte Greenway. That's in the former vehicle inspection station there. And just one more of the brilliant performances, a cerebral work by Justin Maxwell, Exhausted Paint, The Death of Van Gogh, finishes with Drew Stroud in this one-man vehicle. No show is ever exactly the same, except for the beginning and the end, because the order of the remainder of the scenes is dictated by a spinning wheel, a truly mesmerizing performance that's been directed by Drew's wife, Carly Stroud. So, if it's October, Peggy, there's a pretty good bet that a production of the Rocky Horror Show, the musical, would be playing somewhere around here. And this year, Cutting Edge Theater in Slidell is presenting the science fiction homage tomorrow night and 2 additional times next weekend. That's at Cutting Edge Theater in Slidell. But 2025 is the 50th anniversary of the Rocky Horror Picture Show, the cult classic film that starred Tim Curry, Barry Bostwick, Meat Loaf, and Susan Sarandon. And the Columbia Theater in Hammond may be one of the best places to check out the film. VIP tickets are $25 and include a bag of different swag and throws. General admission tickets are just $20 each. And speaking of Columbia, yes, the original Columbia in the film, played by Little Nell, is coming to New Orleans as part of a nationwide tour support of the 50th anniversary of the completely restored film. Cosplay is part of the night's festivities, and there will be live performances throughout the night. So for those of you who saw the film like me as part of a series of midnight showings, we were on the cutting edge of interactive viewing at the Gentilly Orleans. It burned down, and later it was shown at the Cena Mall. You will not want to miss this show. Remember, it's just a jump to the left and then a step to the right. Another hurricane, Katrina, will be remembered in Southeastern University in Hammond with Katrina's Path, a series of monologues that include the voices of several survivors of the storm, as told to playwright Rob Florence. Now, included in this group is the very funny story of my own cousin, Sidney Smith, who died last month. Learn how Sidney dealt with Tucker Carlson, a criminal who knew how to repair his phone, and how to evacuate New Orleans with a gun and a satchel full of cash. Katrina's Path by Rob Florence, directed by Annalise Fox. There will be a talkback, by the way, after the show next Wednesday night at the Hurricanes Katrina and Rita Memorial Fountain on campus. How very appropriate. This Monday night, please join me as I welcome Laura Palmer, the artistic director of the New Orleans Opera, to talk about this year's exciting season. That's Monday on the NOLA Theater Folk Facebook group, the theatercriticism.com Facebook page, and my own YouTube channel. And last, but by no means least, I encourage everyone to go and secure their tickets for the Crescent City Theater Awards on Monday, November the 17th, here at the WYES studios. Tickets are selling through Eventbrite. They include food, drinks, and entertainment through the night, and we are honoring our 2024 shows along with Ricky Graham, who's the Lifetime Achievement Award recipient, and Kelly Fushi, who's the Theater Educator of the Year Award, made possible by a grant from the New Orleans Theater Association.
All righty, and time for picks. Poppy.
Well, next Saturday night, it's time for the Krewe of Boo, and the very best place to watch it is going to be on the balcony at Tujague's. There's spots available, food, drink, and great viewing.
All right, thank you, Alan.
The Louisiana Philharmonic Orchestra is hosting its annual Sunset Symphony in Mandeville, and it's free. Go check it out at the Mandeville Park. And don't forget that Varlic Jean Merman is the Drowsy Chaperone this weekend at Cafe Istanbul on Friday and Saturday. I'll see you at the theater.
And now my picks. The Friends of the Cabildo will host ghost tours. This is their ghostly gallivant within their building, starting at 5 o'clock on Friday, October 17th and 24th. They'll also have French Quarter ghost tours as well. And, of course, that's all at the friendsofthecabildo.org for more information. Now, Morgus Madness, Friday, October the 17th, right here at WYES. It's a fundraiser for the station. Food and drink and music. And, yes, you can dress up as Morgus or anybody else you want to dress up. All the details, wonderful food from Antoine's, VIP tables, just all kinds of great stuff. WYES.org/events. Now, Deutsches Haus, and that's why I'm wearing something, and so is Poppy. We're continuing. Look at this. Loving this. Deutsches Haus continues this weekend, and next, Poppy and I are wearing these decorative headbands, which volunteers will be selling to support the Deutsches Haus. All right. So there you go. DeutschesHaus.org for details. Now, something completely different. Faith, Family, and Footprints is a panel with curators and historians discussing Pope Leo's New Orleans roots. And that'll take place next Tuesday at 7 p.m. at St. Mary's Church, right next to the Old Ursuline Convent Museum. Register at oldursulineconventmuseum.com. And a reminder that the Crescent City Chamber Music Festival continues through October 19th. Go to CrescentCityChamberMusicFestival.com for a lineup. Now, very special. Here's festival founder Luke Fleming and his beautiful wife, Abigail Monroe, performing Reinhold Glier's Gavotte. Thank you for watching. Good night.
Programming on WYES is made possible in part by Susie and Pierre G. Villery.
From Masterpiece to Nova, Antiques Roadshow to Agatha Christie.
And of course, Steppin Out and Informed Sources.
We are pleased to support public television.
It's been our passion.
For a lifetime.
Support for this program comes from the Gail and Tom Benson Charitable Foundation, committed to funding educational causes. Krewe Restaurant offers a culinary adventure prepared by a tiny animated French chef. A 5-course dinner experience comes to life at each place setting using projection mapping. Located in the historic Hotel Monteleone. Learn more at criollonola.com.
This program is brought to you in part by the Eugenie and Joseph Jones Family Foundation, a local foundation proud to support education, the arts, and culture in the greater New Orleans area. Independent, locally owned New Orleans bookstore Octavia Books offers author events, book signings, and hand-picked books for all ages. OctaviaBooks.com.
The Louisiana Book Festival, a celebration of readers, writers, and their books. Saturday, November 1st. Over 200 authors, scholars, and poets. Book talks, signings, and cooking demonstrations. Activities and crafts for young readers and teens. Learn more at louisianabookfestival.org.